Today we are talking about minimalism after 60. Now, if you're over 60, why would you want to mess with minimalism? You've earned your stuff. You can afford your stuff. Let's be honest, right? We earn our stuff. But what if it's time to let some of that go? Well, I have 3 areas I want to talk to you about today. Declutter your home, declutter your mind, and then also declutter your schedule. And so I'm going to go through those 3 things one at a time. I'll give you some reasons for doing it, and then I'll also give you a simple step-by-step process for how to do it. So first, let's talk about decluttering your home. There are many reasons to do this. One is that you have less physical stuff to clean around. Less stuff means less dusting, less vacuuming, less cleaning, and more space to move around in. A second reason is that sometimes as we age, we start getting aches and pains in our backs or in our knees or other places. And when we have a cluttered house, that makes moving around difficult. And so I would encourage you to try to declutter your home to make it easier to move around, especially in the later years. Third, this is kind of an emotional one for me, but every time I get rid of something, I feel like I have more peace. I feel calm. It's almost like when you get rid of clutter, you have more peace in your home. And so I just want you to think about how much more peace you could have when you declutter your home. Now here's the process. I'm going to give you 4 steps and then I'll give you a bonus tip at the end. First, I want you to grab some boxes. Grab 3 boxes and label them donate, trash, and maybe a 4th box that says keep. Now, as you go through your house, I want you to take one area, a drawer, a shelf, a closet, and I want you to take everything out of that area and put it on your counter or on the floor. Then go through that pile and decide, what can I donate? What should go to trash, and what should stay in my house? Now, this is important. Put the things you're going to keep back into that drawer, that shelf, that closet, and then bag up the things that you're going to donate and the things that you're going to throw away. Don't leave the bags sitting around. Either take them out to the car right away to donate or throw them in the trash can right away. The goal is not to create more clutter by having these boxes sitting around. So either get rid of them right away or put them back. If you're going to keep them, put them back and then keep working through your house one area at a time until you finish. The second thing you can do is declutter your mind. There are many benefits to this. One of them is that you'll probably sleep better because you won't have all of these thoughts swirling around in your head keeping you awake. Also, I find that when I declutter my mind, I actually have more motivation to work on the things that are most important to me. And so it clears my mind so I can focus on the important stuff. Now here's the process. First, I want you to identify what's cluttering your mind. Maybe there's some problems at work or some things that happened when you were younger that still bother you. Maybe it's the fight you had with your spouse 30 years ago. Maybe it's the argument you had with your brother when you were 12. Whatever it is, I want you to write it down. Get it out of your head and put it on paper. Next, I want you to assign a number to each one of those things that's bothering you. Number them 1, 2, 3, however many things you wrote down. Then I want you to look at those things and ask yourself, how much control do I have over this situation? If the answer is none, cross it off your list. Move on to the next one and ask yourself again, how much control do I have over this? If the answer is yes, I do have control over it, then I want you to go ahead and write down what actions you need to take to fix that situation. So let's say one of the things bothering you is you feel like you haven't accomplished enough in your life. Maybe you haven't traveled as much as you wanted to, or maybe you haven't read as many books as you wanted to. Write down the steps. What are the small steps that you can take to make progress toward that big goal? So for example, you might say, I will read 1 book a month, or I will take 1 little trip a year. These don't have to be big goals, but they do need to be actionable. Once you have those written down, then I want you to take the first step. Just take the first step, whatever is easiest, and get started. The idea here is that by writing things down and taking action, you're shifting your mindset from feeling like a victim to feeling like you're in control. The third thing I want to talk about is decluttering your schedule. There are many benefits to this. One of them is that you'll feel less stressed out. You'll have fewer obligations, which hopefully leads to more happiness. Another benefit is that you'll have more time to spend on the things that matter most to you. So if you're someone who loves to fish, then you'll have more time to go fishing. If you love to spend time with your grandkids, then you'll have more time to spend with your grandkids. Here's the process. First, I want you to block out your ideal week. What does your perfect week look like? When you think about it, does it include time for exercise, time for your hobbies, time for friends and family? So block out your ideal week and write it down. Then I want you to compare your ideal week to your real week. What's the difference? Where are you spending your time? And then I want you to eliminate the things that aren't important to you. Can you cut any of those out? Can you delegate any of those things? And then finally, I want you to protect the time that you blocked out for yourself. Protect it with your life. Do not let anyone interfere with that time that you set aside for yourself to do the things that are most important to you. In addition to those 3 things, I also have a bonus. I have 2 more things that I want to challenge you to do. The first one is to consider getting rid of your yard. Maybe you could turn your grass into a garden or get rid of it altogether. This will save you time mowing and weeding and watering. It'll save you money on your water bill and on gas for your mower. Plus, it'll be better for the environment. Now, I know this might seem radical, but there are a lot of resources online for how to do this. So I encourage you to at least consider it. Second, I want you to consider getting rid of your car. I know this is a hard one. I love my car, but there are so many benefits to not owning a car. One of them is that you'll save money. You won't have to pay for gas or insurance or maintenance. Second, you'll be helping the environment. By not driving, you'll be reducing your carbon footprint. Third, you'll be getting more exercise. If you don't have a car, you'll have to walk or bike or take public transportation everywhere you go. And public transportation is good exercise because you have to stand up and walk around. You're not just sitting in a car, so these are just some of the benefits of not having a car. Now I realize this is a big step, so if you can't get rid of your car, then at least consider carpooling or using public transportation whenever possible. Every little bit helps. These are just a few ideas to help you declutter your home, declutter your mind, and declutter your schedule. I hope they're helpful. I know that minimalism isn't for everyone, but I think there are some things that we can all do to simplify our lives a bit. Maybe it's time to let go of some of the stuff that's weighing us down, both physically and emotionally. Maybe it's time to focus on what's most important to us and let go of the rest. I hope you'll consider it. I recently read a study that said that only 4% of people over 60 are decluttering their stuff. I hope that you're part of that 4%. I think that as we get older, we realize that stuff doesn't really matter. What matters is our relationships and our experiences and our memories. So I hope you'll take some time this year to declutter your life and focus on what's most important to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching.